Hey guys, me host Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's the brand new Marvel Legends wave of the villains. And we're going to be looking at this villains wave today, and we're going to actually unbox and look at every single villain in the wave, and I am very excited to jump through these. I have bought these myself. These have come from comicsandcocktails.co.uk, so thank you very much, Comics and Cocktails, for hooking us up with these awesome action figures. Right guys, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Oh yeah, I've been dying for these. Oh, minty freshness. Alright, so the first figure. Oh yes, I need her to finish off my X-Men collection. We have Lady Deathstrike. I never had a Toy Biz one, so I'm very happy to finally have Lady Deathstrike in my collection. Oh yes. Alright, who else is in here? Okay, this is a character that I'm not overly familiar with, but we have an AIM Scientist Supreme. I know that's something to do with MODOK and what have you, so another awesome little figure here. Oh, then we have the Red Skull. I've been dying to get my hands on this one. So this Red Skull is probably one of the best ones from the wave, in my opinion. We're finally getting that classic Red Skull. I've only ever had an MCU version so far. I think that's all they've ever made is MCU ones, right? I think, is this the first proper comic version of Red Skull we've had? If so, it's awesome and I can't wait to unbox him. Next up, oh, it's Marvel's Arcade. See, I know this guy from the comics, but I know him more from Marvel Ultimate Alliance, if you guys ever played that on the Xbox 360 and stuff. In Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, there's a whole level where you play on an arcade, like, old-school platforming game, and he was, like, the villain in control of it all, so very cool, and an awesome, awesome character. Something a little bit different this time around, so I'm very happy with that. And, yeah, can't wait to unbox Arcade. This is awesome. This is a very comic booky wave, which I'm glad about. I'm trying to not collect as many MCU figures these days. Oh, the one that's let everybody down, I'm afraid, in this wave, is the Hood. They could have done a lot better, to be honest, but here's Marvel's The Hood. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be whacking that one straight on eBay the moment I've unboxed him. Not keeping that one. So far in this wave, I think those will be the two that I'm going to be getting rid of. The Supreme Scientist and Hood. The rest, I'm definitely keeping, because we've got a Dormammu! Finally got some Dormammu action. I never got the Bath figure, so I'm glad to have this one. I know this is the comic book version, not the MCU version, but I'd rather have this one, because this is the comic book one, and he looks awesome. And then finally in the box, it's the White Doctor Doom. Just like we got the white Magneto in a previous wave, I'm glad we finally got a White Doctor Doom as well, which he's been depicted in the comic books in white quite a few times, so happy about that. Yes, so in this wave, definitely keeping Doctor Doom, definitely keeping Dormammu. Red Skull is definitely staying. Lady Deathstrike, yes, yes, yes. Marvel's Arcade, yes. So yeah, it's going to be the Hood and sadly the AIM Supreme Scientist that won't be making it to my collection. But no, I will be selling these two on to someone who can appreciate them more. But I will be taking out the Bath pieces because I need the Bath pieces for our Xemnu? So where did I put my scissors? They're behind these. Alright. So let's get these Bath pieces out. Alright, so AIM Supreme Scientist. Brilliant and diabolical. The Scientist Supreme helms a massive criminal cable known as the Advanced Idea Mechanics, or AIM. So, yeah, there he is, guys. He's pretty cool. But, sadly, I won't be keeping this guy, so I'm going to leave him as is in his packaging. Plunk him back in his box. Because I'd hate to get him out, you know, play with him a little bit and something happens, so he's going to go straight back in there, guys. So if you want to pick this up from me, minus the Bath figure, I will do you a deal on them figures. Then we've got the Hood as well. I'm going to do the same with the Hood. I'm going to leave. I'm going to be just selling the figure though. I am keeping some of the components from it because I do like the accessory bits for this one. The guns as well are pretty decent, so we're probably going to take the guns from this one. But I will sell the base figure on if anybody's interested. Like I say, let me know. I can hook you up. I don't think anybody will miss if we don't review these ones, right? Just take them out. Yeah, see that's just going to be just a thing on that one. So yeah, if anyone's interested in grabbing these, even if it's just for fodder, I can do you a deal for £10. You know, £10 plus postage on these two. Sorry, £10 each, I should say. Yeah, £10 each plus postage. If anyone's interested, hit me up. It's a bargain if you weren't wanting the bath and you're wanting the figures. Right. Okay, on to the first one that we're going to be reviewing properly. So we have Marvel's Arcade. A brilliant assassin with shadowy origins, Arcade makes up for his lack of physical strength with a keen intellect and vast personal fortune. Oh yeah. Right, we don't have to be gentle with these ones now because these are staying with us. We're not getting rid of these. So let's... Give me figures! Right, so we've got the next back piece there. That with the others. We've got an alternate head sculpt and he's got his cane as well, which is very nice. And of course we have Arcade himself. Get rid of that. Here he is out of the packaging. Don't worry, we will go to the desk cam to give you guys a proper look at this as well, but there he is straight away. Oh, so articulation wise, head's on a ball joint, you can make him look up and down. Oh, you can look up pretty far as well, and down, left and right. His arms lift up at this side hinge to also rotate. There's rotation in the bicep, double hinged elbows that wrap all the way around, and a hand with the ball joint. There is an abdomen crunch, but it is completely hindered by this coat piece. But there is a waist swivel, which is nice. Legs do lift out, as well as forwards. These are a little bit stiff. Top thigh cut there, double hinged knees on this one, and rocker and pivot in the feet. The only thing that annoys me about white figures is that you have to be really careful, keep these on display, and dust them regular, because dust sticks to these like a magnet. Plus, if you're going to put them in a storage box or anything like that, make sure he's probably bubble wrapped, because other figures will scuff against this and the white will just be covered in different coloured paint scratches. I do like the fact that he does get his alternate head as well, so we can pop this first head off and pop the second head on here. It very much looks like a young Lex Luthor Jr. But yeah, we've got the long haired version there as well. I don't think I'll be using that. I do like the original Suave haircut. That's how I remember Arcade from the comics. And in fact, I love the cane as well, so I will be using the cane with him. Ooh, that elbow hinge needs warming up. Ooh. Yeah, always be careful with brand new figs, guys, when you first get them out of the packaging, because they will be stiff and sometimes they will just snap on you, so be very careful. Yeah, he's got the open palm hand so that you can put the ball of the actual thing in the actual crook of his hand. So you can put his hand down on top of the actual cane. So that's nice. I'll show you that on the desk cam anyway. Okay, let's move on for now, guys. Let's keep rolling. We've got Lady Deathstrike next up. I've been dying to get my hands on her because I need her to complete my X-Men collection. With adamantium-infused bones and cybergenetic enhancements, Yuriko Oyami pursues a ruthless vendetta against the X-Men and Wolverine in particular. Oh yeah. Come to me, my pretty. Alright, okay, so we got the bath piece, we got the body on this one. Xemnu is being built slowly, and of course we got Lady Deathstrike. No accessories though, which is a real shame. I would have liked to have seen maybe some alternate arms, hands, or at least alternate hands with longer sort of the nail pieces in there. That would have been nice. Because in the comics, you know, they all stretched out stuff and their hands are very large and things. It would have been cool to see some more of the, maybe an accessory piece for the hands to make them larger and things like that, or to make the nails longer and stuff. She is a little bit on the loose side and flimsy, a little bit. I'm a bit scared about posing this one. The head sculpt, though, is very nice. Is that Elektra's face I see? Is that Elektra's face? It's very similar, if not. It's a very similar face to Elektra's. I feel like I've seen that one before. I feel like I've seen that face before. Anyway, Lady Deathstrike, guys, and she's awesome. So head's on a ball joint, make a look up, down, left and right, arms lift up at the side hinge, rotate there at the single bicep. She has the single elbows, but it doesn't hinder it too much, and her hands are on ball joints. You can pop out the hands, they are just in pegs, and you can see where the peg goes in. Waist swivel on this one as well. Oh, a little bit stiff, and she can crunch backwards and forwards on that as well. Her legs lift out pretty much all the way, which is lovely, as well as forwards, backwards. She has a double hinged knee, top thigh cut, and the feet are on rocker and pivot. Oh yeah, very happy to have Lady Deathstrike in my collection. Red Skull. Emerging from the ashes of World War II, John Schmidt rose to become one of Captain America's greatest enemies, the Red Skull. And of course, we've got another version of the Tesseract, which is nice. I've got one on my shelf back there. I've given it to Loki right now, but we can actually give Red Skull his Tesseract back. Or the Cosmic Cube. He comes with a boatload of accessories. So it's like swings and roundabouts in this set. So you've got characters like Lady Deathstrike that come with nothing, but then you've got Red Skull here that comes with an alternate face sculpt. His ridiculous oversized gun. With a Hydra logo on it, that's pretty cool. And then you've got the Tesseract Cube. 2 sets of alternate hands. And the bath and the base figure. And in Lady Deathstrike, you get a bath piece of Lady Deathstrike. Come on. Hasbro, could you not have done more? I feel let down now. But anyway, I've been very excited for this figure, so I can't moan too much. And we've got that proper traditional big grin on his face as well, which is just awesome. That is so cool. But of course, we can switch that out and place on this more angry face. Sadly, we can't do any head swaps with the MCU stuff because they are different shades of red. This is more of a lighter comic book red, whereas the MCU figures are of a darker red. So you really couldn't do any changes or anything like that. You'd have to repaint some of the head sculpts. But either way, to be fair, if you needed an MCU Red Skull, this is probably the head to go with, the more angry looking face, and paint that in the darker red and you're good to go. But I'll be keeping the traditional smiley face. I love the fact that he's got 2 gun hands right now that are on his hands, but he has also come with 2 closed fisticuff hands and also some grab hands for him to hold that Cosmic Cube. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the right hand here, which I'm going to put the Uzi inside. Again, he's got the jet black Uzi pistol that also comes with the Hydra logo on it. There is the other handle there, so you can make him dual hold it if you wanted to and have him like really concentrate in the fire. But nah, he's a super villain. He's just going to hold that with one hand like a badass. Hold that up in the air, and then we're going to change this alternate hand for one of the grabby hands. So then we can bend that elbow in, lift that hand up, and give him the Tesseract. Yeah. So then when we go to the desk cam, he's got best of both worlds there. Look at that. Yeah. Articulation is the same as the other figures. I'm not going to talk about it too much. This one has actually got better articulation, to be honest. So yeah, we will talk about it. He's got actual neck movement on this one as well. Head as well is on a proper nice ball joint there, moves around quite a bit. And like I said, you have got the neck piece as well moving, which is nice. The arms do lift up at that side hinge. I've just thrown the Tesseract away. Do also rotate. I like the fact that he's got the yellow band around the top of his arm with the Hydra logo on there. We can crunch forwards and backwards on that hinge, as well as a waist swivel, legs lift out all the way, forwards, backwards, top thigh cut, double hinge knee. There's boot cut on this one as well, and the feet are on rocker and pivot. And display holes, should you wish to use a display base. Not that you're going to need to. The figure is very stiff and very sturdy, so I'm very happy with this one. Remind me at the end of this video that Tesseract's on the floor, otherwise it'll be gone forever. Right, let's keep going. We're almost through. We've almost got a full bath figure as well. Next up, Dormammu. Dormammu! I'm here to negotiate. What am I doing? Jumping the gun. Alright, Dormammu. He's got a red eye on the back as well, which states, a maniacal cosmic being with an unquenchable thirst for combat. Sorry, for conquest. I'm going to try that again. A maniacal cosmic being with an unquenchable thirst for conquest, Dormammu uses extra-dimensional abilities to invade realms across all planes of existence. This was one of them figures that I thought when I first saw it announced, I was like, meh, will I keep this one? But as time's gone on, I've kind of watched other people unbox theirs and things. I was like, yeah, I want this fig now. And again, look at the amount of stuff that's come with Dormammu. So we've got 2 fire pieces. We've got 2 new sets of hands for him, including 2 fisticuffs. And oh, it's the same hands that we got with Red Skull. They've just painted these ones red. So yeah, same sets of hands for that we had with Red Skull. And he's even come with the 2 trigger finger hands, even though he doesn't have a gun. Interesting. They've actually used a... Why have they done that? They've used like a little see-through ropey piece around his head, which I don't like. That's holding the black mask in place. Oh, that does just fall off, that's why. That literally just comes off in your hands. Not sure if I like that. The head sculpt leaves a little bit to be desired, to be fair, but it is in keeping with how he looked in the traditional comic books for the classics, like the classic comic book way. I see why they've done that, but arm piece for Xemnu. Whew, it's warm today. So we've got our new Dormammu here as well. Again, he's come with 2 hands that don't really go with him, because he doesn't have any guns to speak of. So I'm going to give him 1 grab hand and 1 closed fisticuff hand. There we go. I think that looks a lot nicer. It comes with 2 effects pieces, so he can lift his hand up and sort of wrap these effects pieces around there to show him casting. That's pretty cool. If I can just get it to work. There we go. Wrap it around. So you can kind of do that and have him, using powers and things. Or again, you can even wrap it around the fist. Like that. So yeah, you can use the display effect because they're pretty cool. Alternate hands probably not going to be used. They're just going to probably go into storage now. I do like the setup I've got going there. Articulation, it's the same body as Red Skull. It's the exact same body. And I was looking to see if no Arcade's a different body. These 2 are identical figures basically. They're just repainted, even though the band around the middle. So yeah, if you take this yellow band down, you can see underneath, they've just not painted it. But yeah, it's that same black band that's on Red Skull. So it's the exact same fig. They've just added a yellow band around the middle. Everything else about the figure is identical except for the boots. Where we've got the boots on, because these have got boot cut as well, but when they put the boot cut on, they just added this extra piece to the top of the boot to give it that sort of effect that they're going for there. But everything else is identical, right down to the gauntlets things. Again, for the gauntlets on this one, they've just added like an extra piece to make it different. But yes, identical. I like looking for things like that, it amuses me. Right, Dr. Doom. And so, on one hand, we're saying, they're sort of saying that children's toys should not come with, blood, guts and gore. And we always say that Hasbro can't make certain characters or make them look the way we would like because of, kids might pick up these toys and things like that. So we've always said that kind of, and I know I've spoken to Jacob's Toys about it on our podcast a few times where we've kind of gone, maybe they can't make Emma Frost the way we would like Emma Frost to be made because, family company and all that. However, this figure has come with a skeletal remain. If that doesn't scream gore, I don't know what does. But yes, it's come with a skull piece with a spinal column still attached. Interesting. Oh no, they put the cape through the back of there. I hate that. Don't do this. Hasbro, don't do it. It scratches my cape and I don't like it. Right, last figure, and then we can go to the desk cam. So we have Dr. Doom. Again, a really cool looking Dr. Doom as well. He's finally in the white. Do you remember when they did the, was it Marvel Legends? No, wait, Marvel Legends, were they called Marvel Heroes or something? I've got a Deadpool, and he came in both red and the X-Force one. And then they also made Dr. Doom in the white in that set as well. I remember like B&M had them back in the day and stuff, like years ago. that kind of showed up in a discount chain here in the UK randomly. That was, oh god, I remember because it was Glenn Webb and I forgot the other guy's name. There was another gentleman that used to go with him from Scotland. They basically found them in like I think it was Home Bargains. And I remember going out, rushing out that same day to go get them. So this is the same as the last Doctor Doom we've had, I believe. It's the same green one that I've currently got on the shelf up there. It's just that this has been painted white now. It comes with he's got his gun luger and stuff into the side pocket. We've got the same belt, I think there. I think they've just painted this one a different colour, but it looks very similar. I'll get him down on the desk cam anyway so we can do side by sides. But yeah, this is a very nice cape piece on this one as well. I'm going to probably buy a cloth one, to be honest, as I do prefer cloth capes, but I like cloth goods on my figures. But either way, very cool thing. The only thing I don't like about this Doctor Doom, which is the same with the green one that I mentioned, is the fact that you've got a break between the hood and the cape, so it looks weird when you face him on the back. You kind of want him from the front, and you kind of want to hunch that cape sort of under the hood, so it looks all part of the same piece. That irritates me. Other than that, it's an immaculate figure. It's brilliant. I just don't like this nub bit that goes in the back, because it always falls out. But either way, very nice figure. And he comes again with alternate hands. He's currently got open palm hands on right now, but I am going to change that. I'm going to change the right hand here for his gun hand, so I can put the gun in the hand. He doesn't come with a hand that can grab this skeletal remain though, which is dead irritating. It kind of does stick to his hand a little bit if you were to do that, but I think at the moment I would hold it out, it's going to fall. Oh, the jaw's articulated on the skull as well. That's cool. Right guys, let's head on down to the desk cam where you guys can get up close personal look at all these figures. So let's head on down to the desk cam. Alright guys, so before we get on with the next section of the video, let's go ahead and build the new bath figs. So let's part this. We've got the headpiece here. Oh, that's pin stuck all the way back. Let's pull that forward and jam that in there. Oh yeah. Okay. Where are we? Right leg. Left leg. He's a big boy. That's a big bath. Go ahead and sort this camera angle out before we start. That's better. Oh yeah, he's a big one. He's a big lad. It feels like he's taller than Wendigo. And then the other hand as well. Oh yeah. Look at that. He is an absolute tank. That is a great bath fig. I'm liking how he looks actually. The big waist piece as well is very nice. I'm liking all the movement of things on this one. I like the fact that in the hand as well, he's got his little control panel, which is cool. That's like definitely in keeping with the comics and stuff. There's plenty of articulation and movement on this. Hands as well on ball joints there. You can crunch him backwards and forwards a little bit, but this does hinder it quite a lot. But there's the waist swivel. Legs as well, top thigh cut. Double hinged knees on this as well, which is great for a big bath. The only thing is I think that head's going to be a pain, because it is really jammed in there, but that's the only kind of thing. But with those shoulder pieces, it does really round him out and make him look really good, so I'm really happy with that. That's a great fig. Wouldn't you agree, guys? What's your thoughts on this bath fig? Let us know in the comments, but let's place him to one side for now. And let's go ahead and grab some of the other figures. So this is the green Doctor Doom, which is what we wanted to talk about earlier. If I can get him to stand, that would be awesome. Motorbike going past there. Can we get him to stand? Yeah, only just. The figures bounce on this stupid thing I've got for the desk cam. Really need to make a better display. So yeah, they've got that piece there, but we can place. We've got the white Doctor Doom here. And again, if we could just get him to stand as well. So it is actually slightly different. I think the base figure is probably the same. But they have actually replaced the gauntlets. These have now got like the fancy glove look to them. The shoulder pieces are the same by the looks of things. Yeah, they're the same. The elbow pads are the same. So it is the same base figure, because the legs are all identical. It's the same base figure. I think they've just changed they've added, instead of this piece here, they've removed this bit and they've removed this piece, which I think this piece made it. If they'd have put that in white on here, would have looked so much better. And again, the cape needs these things, the shoulder bits, but it's a different version of Doom, I suppose. And to be fair, when we did this face, I never liked this sculpt, because they did give us one of them kind of sculpts where you could see his eyes underneath. And I know it's in keeping with the comics, but I always preferred the sort of this version of Doctor Doom. So, as much as this is a nice figure, I do think it's very great, very nice, and I think the sculpt and stuff is brilliant and beautiful. But I think I'm going to be sticking with my green Doctor Doom. Down they go. I will be sticking with my green Doctor Doom as my official Doctor Doom for my collection, guys. So, what do you guys think? Which one are you going to be keeping for your collection? Let me know in the comments. Let's keep moving on though and see what else we've got. So the other figure that we wanted to compare actually on the cam was the Red Skulls, and as you can see those the head color differences. Like I said, this is more of the comic book version, and then the MCU one just wouldn't look very good, in my honest opinion, with it. The head sculpts are just very different shades. So again, pop that head off. Let's pop this one off. Ugh. And yeah, as you can see, very different colour scheme. As nice as it could look. I mean, this could look really cool if you paint this bit underneath here. That would look very cool. Or if you took photos where you were able to hide it like that. But the moment you did any, looking up or anything like that, and this is a bit loose as well on here. But it could be modded, I suppose. And yeah, it would look very nice if you painted that red underneath, actually. It would look very cool. But sadly, I don't think this would work. This is just going to look too weird. Oh. Although that does look like the first Avengers film. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that, I don't think. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But we do have that alternate head sculpt as well. Let me just pop that one on. I mean, again, these could... I think this head's too big for this. For the MCU head's a little bit shorter, because it does make this guy look a little bit pinheady. So, let's make all right with the world and put them back together. There we go. Yes. Awesome figure, and I'm loving the emblem on the gun. That's a very cool touch. So yes, a great, awesome figure. Now that I have this new version, I'm going to be retiring my MCU version, because I have more or less a comic book display, as you guys know. So this guy is going on the display. Welcome to the club. And I'm going to keep the gun like that as well. I like that pose, actually. I'm going to keep him like that. So yeah, he's staying in the collection. Plonk him back there. We took Doom away, actually. Let's put Doom back. There we go. Oh no! What did I do? There we go. Right, moving on. We have Dormammu. We've got nothing really to compare Dormammu to. This is my first Dormammu in my collection, guys. This is the first time that I have this fig, so... The figure itself is very cool, though. I do like the way it looks. It's very, very nice. And definitely going to be staying in my collection. I'm going to be doing some awesome artist shots. Artist shots? Toy photography, what am I talking about? Toy photography shots. Well, I suppose that is art. Toy photography shots with Doctor Strange, so... You thought I was going to say Doctor Doom then, didn't you? Ah, nearly did. I'll be doing that with Doctor Strange in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. The figure, though, a lot of people did kick off about this one when it was first announced. I'd understand why. The head sculpt does leave a lot to be desired. In fact, I think I might still have the Bath head from the original one. I'm going to maybe try that on there. So stay tuned on Instagram to see that and anything that I do to modify this one, but... I didn't think I was going to be keeping this guy, but I am actually going to keep him for my collection. I think he's very nice. Even if it is the same figure as Red Skull with a few additions. But I do like it. Although be careful, because like I said, this front black piece here does just pull off, which is dead annoying. So, oh yeah, that's going to be lost in everyone's toy box in about a week's time. Now I've removed it. It doesn't want to go back on now. Look. Oh, I shouldn't have touched it. But yeah, I think that's going to be the one piece that everyone's going to lose on this figure, right? And on the second-hand market, we're going to have a load of Dormammus without face things. Dormammu, I'm here to negotiate. The next thing that we were all kind of, well, I know I was kind of expecting in this range and I was very excited about was Arcade. Just because Arcade's a very obscure character in the Marvel sort of world, and he has been used a lot more as of late. We'll give him that. They have used him a lot more recently. But I remember Arcade going right back. Like I said, it was the Ultimate Alliance video game when I first heard about this character. I don't know whose actual villain he's meant to be, or whether he's just a crossover one that kind of has had a run-in with everyone, but I'm not sure which if it's like someone like maybe Fantastic Four or something, or maybe characters that I'm not overly au fait with. Maybe that's why I don't know him as much. I can't get the pose that I wanted to do now. Everything's really warm in this room today, and it's really hot outside, so I think the plastics are all getting a bit melty, which is a dead annoying. So I'll just place that like that for now. But yeah, the figure itself is very nice. I do like the way it looks. And I think they've done a great job designing this one. The bow tie as well is very jazzy and stuff. Very cool look. What are your thoughts on this one though, guys? Is it going to be one that you're going to pick up for your collection? Let me know. So I'd love to hear what you think. And what do you think of that alternate face sculpt? Once again, let me just place it on. Take that headpiece off, place this one on. Ugh, it does take some pushing. To me, that just makes me laugh because it does look like Jesse Eisenberg when he played Lex Luthor in the film. That's what that reminds me of, that head sculpt. So yeah, I don't think I'll be using that. Oh, that would make a very good Jim Carrey Riddler. If you had to put some glasses on it and shove him in a lab coat. But yeah, that is classic Arcade to me. And we've got the classic and awesome Lady Deathstrike finally, guys. I'm so happy to have her. She's the one that I wanted the most out of this range just because I never had the Toy Biz fig. So I am super happy to finally have Lady Deathstrike. I was really surprised that Lady Deathstrike didn't come in the 5-pack with Wolverine, to be fair. She's known as Wolverine's kind of villain, and I know she's one of the, is it Marauders they call them, and things like that, something like that. Is it the Marauders? I can't remember what they're called, that group now. One of them mutants that live underground and stuff. Was she one of them for a while? I can't quite remember now. But I know she was mainly Wolverine's kind of villain because of her adamantium and mutations and stuff. And she's a very cool character, and it's fine. I'm finally glad to have her actually in my collection. She's playing around with poses and stuff. I remember in the comics she was always very nimble and stuff. So, but yeah, she's an awesome figure. And that face sculpt, I swear I've seen that face sculpt before. They've used this face sculpt before, right? Is it just me? Looks very similar. But yeah, she's an awesome figure, and I'm glad to have her for my X-Men display. So, which one's your favourite fig in the line, guys? Let me know in the comments your favourite fig. And yeah, because these are all awesome figures that we've had in this wave, and I think this is a great line. And that skull piece is dead weird. But yes, guys, a lot of accessories, a lot of awesome figures in this lineup. But which one is your favourite, guys? Let me know your favourite in the comments down below and your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video and this style of video where we do it like this, then please let me know, and I can definitely do this in the future again if it's a video style format that you guys enjoy watching, seeing me review all the figures in one big go. But guys, let's head on back to the main cam and finish off this video today. So let's head on back to the main cam. So guys, what are your thoughts on this action figure wave? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this style of video today, looking down like this, you can see what I'm doing with my hands and things. If you enjoyed this style of video where I did like all the figures in one big batch as well, let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, then please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll respond to all the comments, so please leave us a juicy comment down below and your thoughts on this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, may the Force be with you.